Selamat berjumpa kembali dengan saya Iksan dalam Dios Channel, satu program kami Diaspora, yaitu kehidupan masyarakat Indonesia di Australia. Segala sisi kehidupan, dari sisi pemerintahan, dari sisi pebisnis, student, professionals, dan ordinary residents. Pada siang yang cerah ini, saya telah kedatangan 3 anak muda diaspora Indonesia yang tiga-tiganya berkuliah di Sydney. Yang satu Dava di UTS. Apa majornya?
Media Arts and Production.
Media Arts and Production. Oke, yang kedua Sandy. Sandy also dari UTS, majoring
Business Finance.
Business Finance. Dan the last one is Kevin Wongkana. What do you do in uni? What subject you do?
Studying law and criminology.
Law and criminology. Wow. You can be a lawyer in Indonesia when you're coming back to Indo, like Hotman Paris Hutapea atau banyak lagi lawyer-lawyer yang popular di Indonesia ya. Oke. Saya akan mewawancarai sebentar sedikit pada ketiga anak muda yang keren-keren dan ganteng-ganteng ini. Tapi sebelumnya saya mau tanya, udah punya pacar belum? Udah punya pacar belum? Sandy, Dava, Kevin, udah punya pacar belum?
Dating.
What about you, Kevin?
Sekarang belum ada.
Belum ada.
Yeah.
Dava juga.
Sekarang belum ada ya.
Oke, mereka semua sekarang lagi fokus dan studinya. Sebentar lagi mereka akan graduate from uni dan mencari pacarnya. Oke, boys, mungkin bisa menerangkan sedikit kepada kita masyarakat Indonesia bagaimana kehidupan bersekolah di Australia ini. Om mau tanya, Dava dulu di Sydney UTS ini, di UTS, apakah ada problem untuk berkuliah di Sydney ini? Ada masalah untuk dapat enrollnya? Gimana, susah nggak sekolah untuk dapatkan sekolah di UTS?
Mau bahasa Inggris ya?
Boleh, bahasa Indonesia boleh, bahasa Inggris boleh.
I actually found the enrollment process to be quite easy. I enrolled in foundation first and finished in like 6 months, and then I went straight to like the actual uni, to UTS, and the whole experience has been pretty good for me. I'm sure it varies for a lot of other people, but for me it's been quite fun. I had a lot of time to be creative. I was given like an opportunity that other people might not have, which is to study something that I find enjoyable, and it's been quite a blessing for me.
Quite browsing, quite easy for you to get to uni in Australia. Sandy, as you are the Aussie boy, orang Indonesia yang lahir di Australia, kamu sekolah dari high school, dari primary school sampai high school semuanya di Australia.
Yeah.
Apakah susah bagi kamu untuk masuk ke university?
For me, it's not that difficult to get into uni. Basically, in Australia, we have something called a high school certificate. So basically, it's like a Ujian Nasional di Indonesia. Jadi, for what we do is we basically have students from all over Sydney and New South Wales get exams for like taking which uni they want to be placed at, and from there we base it on like around what subjects we want to do in uni, and if we get past a certain cut off the mark, we can apply for that. The uni offers us the bachelor's degree for that course, and it's pretty simple from then on.
Okay, what about Kevin? Your high school in Singapore, you already has basic English in Singapore background. And what do you think, study in New South Wales Uni? is that a different atmosphere you experienced in Singapore before?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere is definitely different because we're in a different country. But I think I had the privilege of growing up with people of different nationalities, and I think it's a different atmosphere for sure. But I think in terms of the students and studying in Australia, it's definitely different. Yeah.
I see. Kenapa Kevin choose the subject law?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think at first I wanted to do something like business or finance.
Yeah.
But I think I had this desire to try and help people, those who really couldn't get access to the law and justice.
Law, yeah.
And so I did want to go into maybe business and help out through maybe entrepreneurship. But I think law was really interesting to me. Reading cases and
Kevin berencana kalau dia graduate dari law degree nanti dia mau practice sebagai lawyer, bisa bantu orang-orang yang nggak bisa akses ke bidang law gitu ya, nggak bisa dapat akses di bidang hukum, bantuan hukum, and you are willing to help those who don't have access to the help support something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, bagus sekali saya Kevin, ya mulia sekali niat kamu. Oke, saya kembali lagi kepada Dava. Sebentar. Dava. Tolong pinjamin Kevin mikrofonnya Dava. Dava, kenapa Dava milih jurusan perfilman, media? Kenapa media?
Well, personally, I've always wanted to be like a storyteller, and I think that through movies are the easiest way to ingest stories. That's what I think personally. And I think movies hold, and stories in general hold, the power to influence societies, hopefully in a better way. And I just want to be a part of that, I guess.
Okay, so you are interested in the movie or film and media because you are the storytellers. You like to be a storyteller, and then movie is one of the way to tell someone your story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the ways to thrill people and to make them have fun out of many others. Yeah.
Okay, bagus sekali. What about you, Sandy? Kenapa Sandy ngambil subjek business?
I took business because for me, when I was a kid, like I always had this knew what path I was going to take. So I knew that like when I was a kid, I knew business was going to be my thing.
Okay.
But as I grew up, I knew that it's not going to be like it's more complicated than just business. Just like that. It's in general, and I found that my passion is for the financial side of the business, because financial side of a business, it's what keeps the business running and what helps businesses expand or to other countries, or what projects they want to take in developing their business as a whole. Also, through the financial side, I get to explore the financial market as well, which I absolutely love, because I could dabble with the shares of the Australian market and the international market, including the New York Stock Exchange in America, which I find very interesting, because lots of the Wall Street brokers, they're very
Volatile, something
volatile. Like they're very passionate about what they do as well, and they help people to manage their wealth as well. So that's what I wanted to do.
Have you started your own portfolio yet?
I've started my portfolio, but recently during the COVID crisis, I've lost a substantial amount of money.
Okay, so you are not successful on trading yet.
It's a challenge for me, basically, because not a challenge. It's basically it's a learning lesson for me, because through that lesson of losing that much money, I know which assets to buy and to sell, and during the right timing, it is accurate.
So you learn from the experience. When you
Yeah.
lose something, even you lose the money, but you gain some experience.
That's correct. Yes.
So in the next time you're trading, you're not going to be lose again.
That's correct. Yeah.
You choose
absolutely.
properly which one. Well, you can learn. You can see from the prediction of many others traders,
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
and which one need to buy, which one need to sell.
Yeah.
Correct.
Definitely, yeah.
What about you, Kevin? What kind of passion you have to be study on law degree?
Yeah, so the kind of passions I have in law.
Yes.
Yeah, I think-
how much passion you got on law?
I think particularly I've got a big passion for criminal law.
Criminal law.
Yeah, it's
Why did you kenapa pilih criminal law?
I think a lot of people will say because they watch a lot of TV shows, about criminal law. But I think
Criminal movie.
I watched them too. I found them interesting, but it wasn't until I actually studied criminal law
Yeah.
till I had a bit more passion for it. It's very technical. It's very interesting. It's very different to what people would expect of criminal law. They think
Yeah.
you can go to the courts to get justice, but it's not as easy.
Yeah,
So hopefully by learning a bit more about the criminal law,
Yeah.
I can help those who are a bit disadvantaged.
So you reckon you find that criminal law more interesting, more interesting for you than other part of law?
Yeah, I think at the moment.
Oke, pemirsa. Sebelum kita lanjutkan lagi pembicaraan kita dengan tiga anak muda keren dan ganteng-ganteng sini, tolong subscribe dulu channel ini, like dan subscribe. Dan kalau juga ada komen-komennya, please komen apa aja yang membangun untuk kebaikan-kebaikan channel kita di masa depannya. Oke, kembali ke Dava. Dava orang tuanya berada di Indonesia dan Dava sekolah di sini sendiri, tinggal di apartemen, share sama teman-teman atau sendiri?
I'm sharing it with a friend of mine.
Oke, apakah ada kesulitan-kesulitan selama tinggal di Australia?
Yeah, sure. I mean, during the first year, I had problems trying to fit in with the culture, how people do things around here. But
It's a culture shock, basically.
yeah, culture shock, like many other
Okay,
immigrants,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Yes, sedikit culture shock because the different lifestyle between Indonesia and Australia.
Yeah.
Especially in Sydney, multiculturalism in here.
Yeah.
Banyak sekali orang dari background any countries in the world, China, India, Europe, American. Sebanyak orang campur-campur semua ada di Sydney. Jadi ya sedikit beda lah culture lifestyle-nya di Indonesia dan Sydney ini.
Yeah.
Tapi how do you get into the culture?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for me because it opens up my mind to the world in general, to
Yeah.
like the bigger world out there. In Indonesia, you only meet mostly just Indonesians, but in
Yeah.
Sydney,
Yeah.
you can learn about the experience of many other people around the world, like from Europeans to Africans.
Ya, ya betul.
It opens
Afrika
up your
juga
mind.
ya.
Yeah.
Oke. Kenal Sandy. Sekarang Sandy, I just want to ask you.
Yes.
One thing is, what do you think about the future business, economic business in Australia? As you are the business students in Australia, and what do you think about the prospect of the business in Australia untuk orang-orang Indonesia?
Okay, so I think if you're going to specific industries, for example, in engineering, for example, like civil engineering, there's still some people hiring in that industry.
Yeah.
So as a Australian economy as a whole, it's progressing in a
Business.
stabilized area,
Yeah.
I guess, and through in a business sense that like I think it's basically stabilized. It's growing in a gradual pace, Certain industries are growing. For example, like the service industry in Australia, it's very infected by corona. Yes, but also it's one of the major industries right now in Australia.
Yeah, but at the moment, is a whole business affected by corona.
Yeah,
Specifically, what you call tourism, travel and tourism,
definitely,
and education, all are affected by the corona. Terganggu oleh corona ini, sehingga semua ekonomi mandek dan stuck, ya.
Yeah, so like education right now, everyone's like studying online.
Ya, semua orang study online.
Yeah, and not many people can. If you're first year in uni right now, and not many people have access to the unis right now because they can't, because of COVID.
Yep.
So it's their experience of uni. It's not haven't experienced the full-fledged experience yet.
You just graduate. Someone just study online, graduate online, everything online. So you don't really feel the atmosphere at university.
Yeah.
Okay, because everyone have to stay home, study at home.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, Kevin, bagaimana pendapat Kevin mengenai keadaan law atau mengenai bantuan hukum law di Indonesia? Bagaimana what do you think about the situation of the law in Indonesia?
Yeah, I think so. Personally, I haven't really caught up with the kind of law reforms that have been happening in Indo.
Yeah.
And I think another point to bring up as well is the law in Indo is different. So with Australia, so countries like Australia and the UK, where they are based under the common law, so Commonwealth law.
Commonwealth law, yeah.
So they're under a different system. Whereas in Indo, I think they use a mix of Dutch law and Sharia law for the places like Aceh, where they still use Sharia law.
Yeah.
So I think, like, what do I think about the law in Indo?
What you call it, like bantuan hukum di Indonesia. What do you think? Sudah maximum atau maximum or not yet? Sudah bagus? Sudah bagus belum bantuan hukum di Indonesia atau belum?
I think at the moment it could be better. I think.
Sekarang udah lebih baik daripada sebelum-sebelumnya.
Yeah, for sure.
Could be better.
But I think there's definitely places and areas of law in Indo that can be improved. Yeah, for sure.
What about the law in Australia? Any law enforcement in Australia better than other countries?
I think one of the things that Australia, so this is coming from an Australian perspective, that they are quite proud and very progressive on is their human rights laws.
Human rights laws in here.
And
bagus sekali ya.
As well. Yeah, and that's something that I think Indo still needs to progress on in terms of being inclusive and representative.
Okay, yeah. Betul. Okay, Dava sebagai orang yang belajar membuat film, membuat info media ya. Apa rencana Dava dalam 5 tahun dan 10 tahun ke depannya ini? What you gonna do in the next 5 to 10 years time after you graduate from the uni?
That's a hard question. Well, first thing I'll do is I want to find a job that suits my education, and usually that's hard, especially in film and media, because there's no like concrete structure there. It's kind of a free-form career where you don't have like a regular pathway to walk upon. And you have to improvise a lot, and you have to meet the right people, and it has to be in the right circumstances as well, and it's mostly about luck. And that's why I pray
maybe
every day.
You're willing to make your own movie, produce your own movie.
Something like that.
Something like God. There is a lot of
people.
There is a lot of story in Indonesia may need to be turned into a movie.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, jadi dalam masa depan ini Daba masih berpikir untuk bisa mencari kerjaan di bidang filmmakers ini ya.
Yeah.
Oke, ya mungkin suatu saat setelah 5 atau 10 tahun Daba menjadi seorang produser movie,
Hope so.
produser dari sebuah film gitu ya.
Or director.
Insyaallah, insyaallah. Gimana benar Sandi? Sandi, what are you gonna be? What do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years time?
For me, I would like to basically get some job experience relating to the financial side of the business.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for example, I would like maybe to work at the ASX,
Okay, Australian Stock Exchange.
Australian Stock Exchange. That would be very worthwhile experience for me because I would like to I like to learn about the ASX and how they manage their foreign exchanges in money, and how they businesses make business analyst calculations, and how the share prices of multiple companies
Yeah.
are progressing. Also, once I get some experience and become reputable properly in my field,
Yeah.
I would like to make open an investment firm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you want to be the what do you call it, a stockbroker or something like that?
Kind of like a hedge fund manager.
Fund
Yeah.
manager.
Fund manager, yeah.
Oke. Para pemirsa yang saya hormati, itulah tadi bincang-bincang singkat saya dengan 3 anak-anak Indonesia, diaspora Indonesia yang bersekolah dan tinggal di Australia ini. Mereka semua keren-keren, muda-muda dan ganteng-ganteng. Siapa yang mau tertarik boleh hubungi. Oke. Masa depan mereka cukup cerah untuk mendapatkan sebuah pekerjaan yang bagus, yang baik, dengan hasil yang baik di Australia ini. Itulah tadi bincang-bincang singkat saya, dan sekali lagi tolong jangan lupa di subscribe, like
and comment.
comments-nya ya.
Yeah.
Terima kasih, selamat siang. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Thanks.